Hoejja wouldn't be prepared. And that DT is not going to get anywhere. Modern Zergs are all good at basically closing off their bases now with building formations, and just look at this. That was pretty good blocking there by Hoejja, by the way. So he's completely negated Backho's build. Hoejja's picked up a lead in this game for sure, and he's also switched to Mutalisks, interesting enough. Maybe looking for some High Templar to kill. He gets another Corsair. Wow, with just those two Scourge were hanging around there for such a long time. I was sure Backho should have seen that and should have just avoided just walking into them with his Corsair. But Backho, like I said, not the best player against Zerg. And there's one Archon here to defend against about 6 Mutalisks now. 7, I think, that's the count. And that's going to be fine. Oh, man, more Mutalisks coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Backho in trouble here because he lost his Corsairs. He only has 1 Archon. And Hoejja is just actually smelling blood here. But he does need to get a move on because a couple of, like 1 or 2 more Archons and 1 or 2 more Corsairs should take care of all those mutas. Perfectly fine. Backho, though, is feeling good, I think, about having 3 bases. And also by the fact that Backho, I'm sorry, did I just say Backho? Hoejja must be feeling good. Backho does not have many units right now, and he's now heavy on Archons, which is going to be a problem when, hopefully, Hoejja switches into Hydralisks. He should have the that decision made already. That is exactly how to win as a Zerg against Protoss, is to do constant tech switching, especially in this mid-game section, where you could where Archons versus High Templar is like the ultimate question for the balance here, because later on you'll have both. Or the High Templar and the Corsairs will be good enough to take care of mutas, so you won't need Archons. But at this point, he has to decide, and it's going to be a tough decision here. Anyway, it looks like the 9 or so Mutalisks are going to go into the base. Oh my god, he's Zerg bombing like a champ there. I don't know why Jaedong taught Hyuk how to do that, but wherever Hyuk paid him, he certainly has taught him well there how to do those muta bombs, where you send the mutas in to distract for the Scourge to land. Very nicely done. And there's Backho stringing his forces out, just like Luxury is strung out on meth. And right now we're going to see these Zealots try to engage the top. Man, this is not good, though. Without the Archon nearby, Mutalisks are just getting free shots, although there's a hit from the Archons on the mutas. Oh, no, no, Hoejja! Oh! I was just singing your praises, bro. What was that all about? He's just taking 3 big hits. His mutas are, going to be almost dead now, just by those 3 hits because of the splash and everything. It looks like the Zealots are actually going to advance right into the Hydras. They have +1 attack, the Zealots do, and the Mutalisks are not being used. Use the freaking Mutalisks! Oh my god, kid. Hoejja choosing to not be very good at defense at this point. I'm sure that he could have used his units in a better way, but he didn't. Also, he should have used his Hydras to pick off the Archons. Not sure why he didn't do that. Oh man, that was a huge mistake not doing that. All you need to do is right-click the damn Archons, and then his Mutalisks would go to town here against the Zealots. I'm not sure what his decision making was there, but who knows? Hoejja is Christopher Walken's grandson or something, and he's got his future self made anyway in the movies. So we're gonna see. He's gonna have to do something with the Mutalisks, so because he saved them for some reason. I guess to kill High Templar too. Uh-oh. Backho, with his really bad Corsair control, has lost, once again, almost all of them. There. Another one goes down. He is not the best Corsair controller in the world. He's no Bisu with that, I'll just say. Not very good. A clump of Hydras around 0-0. I'm not sure if speed and range are both done for the Hydras. Also, I'm not sure about Lurker Aspect. I think Lurker Aspect would help, though. Robotics Facility up now for Backho. I think this game has gotten a lot closer because of that loss there that Backho managed to inflict. Backho should be thinking about an expansion or an attack at the top, though. He needs to try to maintain parity here. There's a lot of Hydras there. All it's going to come down to is the storming again, and we're going to see if Backho does better than he did in the second game. We're going to have to see. 3 High Templar. Let's see if Hoejja could pick them off. Jaedong would certainly do that. I mean, Jaedong would have them dead already. Go for it, Hoejja. Hoejja gets 1. He gets 2. He's getting all 3. Oh! Very nice work this time around. And Hoejja has just by doing that, he's single-handedly, well, those Mutalisks pretty much just change the tide of the battle. I don't think the ground forces alone are going to be able to win, although, no, it looks like they do force the Zerg to retreat. Still, I think that was a very big victory. Hoejja right now, once again, safe temporarily, and Backho driven back to his base. Hoejja should be thinking about a 4th, though, I think, or Hive Tech, or both. or both. He should really be doing both at this point. But Backho looks like he's about to expand at the bottom left, I think. So he's about to round out his economy here with the 3 bases. Uh-oh. Backho getting some shots off on those Mutalisks, but that's not going to do too much. He's gone more Dragoon heavy. Interesting. Dragoons are okay against Hydras, I guess, slightly better against Mass Hydras sometimes than Mass Zealots are. Although, I mean, I don't see any Lurkers. They're really good against Lurkers, and I don't see any, so I'm not sure what's going on. They're okay against Mutalisks, actually, I guess, in that number there, high numbers. There is a High Templar there, and that's going to get... Oh, no! It doesn't get sniped. Close one, though. Definitely smart there for Hoejja to keep Backho on his toes there. You know, just try to snipe them, and Backho should lose the game then, basically. He seriously would without High Templar. I mean, Zerg's facing Protoss without High Templar in a long game pretty much should always win the game just by economy. Uh-oh, look at that. He managed to pick off, I believe, 1 or 2 more there. And this is going to be a brutal here. I don't see a single High Templar. I think one might be approaching, but look at that wall of Hydralisks. I think... Oh, man, I think Hoejja is just going to brute force this one in. He just brute forces. He's A-moving right now. No micro, just attacks. And, oh, man, the last High Templar I see gets taken down. Lings all over the place. And this is what I was meaning. If you're a Zerg and you manage to catch the Protoss in the late game without any Mutalisks, you should win all the battles because your economy is strong enough, your unit's strong enough to win them. I mean, just look at this huge imbalance now of forces. This is just absolutely, the absence of High Templar has changed this from a successful defense to a loss. And I do think Backho is going to be eliminated 0-2 from this group. His new expansion is discovered. It's not going to do anything. His front base is just completely falling apart here. And Backho, man, is the worst Ho out there. He is the dirtiest Ho. Not Hyuk, sorry, not Hoejja, and not Hyuk, obviously. GG, coming from Backho. Hoejja is going to face up against another H starting name, Hyuk, in the last game. In fact, you know, 3 out of the 4 players had H in front of their names. Interesting. So, ZVZ coming up. Hyuk is actually, even before he became good, he was pretty good against Zerg. So we're going to see if this is going to be a pretty easy victory for him against Hoejja. Although I got to say, Hoejja had some good moves there with his Mutalisks. But perhaps it was more Backho's, just Backho-ness that cost him this game. We're going to have to see what happens anyway in the final game. Backho's gone. Hoejja moves on to the 5th game. GG.